Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we're gonna talk about how we can make our components more readable and more reusable. So right now what we have, if we just talk about our card component, we have very strict requirements for our card component. So the requirements are there should be a title, there should be either be a content or icon or children or a class name. So these are the requirements. But a component should be flexible so that it can adapt the UI and it can allow you it should also allow user to use whatever they want to use. Let's suppose we have these titles. Right now they are very strict. Like for the icons, we have to use icon every time. Either we should make it optional or they should add the icon. But what if they want to add certain kind of UI improvements or UI changes to those components? So in that way, we have to create it in a way so that whatever they want to use, they can use. It should not be an optional thing or not. It should not be a required, but it should be a separate part of the component. So let me tell you how we're gonna do that. So for extending the UI, they can extend the card UI, but they have this class name. Whatever class name they will provide, it would be extended. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna split this particular card component into three parts. First would be the header, and the middle one would be the content itself or the children. So whatever they want to add, they can add. And the third one would be the footer component. So how we can do that? We have this card. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say card dot header, and then there should be these requirements. Okay, so it should return like this. For now, it is returning just the children. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna use this heading. So if they want to, add any kind of header, we'll just add this here. And for the header, we would be having couple of styling. Like it should be, there should be a padding Q3, and it should be, let's keep this padding for now. And let's remove this H2 completely. So I'm gonna remove it. We would be having this header, the title would be removed, and the title will be removed from my card box as well. But it will throw some errors. We have this the cards everywhere in this .tsx. So we're gonna remove this card, and whatever they want, they can use the children. But even for the children, we have this card dot header. So under card dot header, it would be they can use anything. So I'm just adding some title here, like card title here, card header or card title here, anything. So for now we have this card header. So I'm gonna use this everywhere instead of using this title. I'm removing it, and so it will be like this. And we will for this and for this one as well. So we have this card header, and you have to use it instead of title. So you can use card header here as well. So I have removed title, removed from card, and now we have card header. So let's see how it's gonna look like. It's gonna look like this. But what I want, I'm gonna just remove every styling like this, padding, and justify center, item center, and text center. I'm going to remove it. So it will look like this. Now we have correct use of header here. So there would be no extra padding. So it would be, I'm just moving this content to the very first thing, and I'm going to remove it. So children is not an optional. Okay, it is required. So only the content of this card is required, nothing else. So now you can see we have card header at the top, and it is having certain paddings. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add little more UI thing, like it would be having uh, bottom border P, and then our color. So we had this theme green and theme red. So I'm gonna create another color here and this 12 config.js. Okay, we have primary, secondary, dark secondary. So it would be primary in the card header. I'm gonna say border B prime. So it's gonna add bottom border as a primary, and it would be border B, border B2. Okay, so 2 pixel border at the bottom. So we have this. Now we have bottom border for each header. So it should be not be just primary. I can add a gray color over here. So let's find out full gray color. Uh, I would say theme gray, and like this. So I'm gonna use theme gray here. So it's dark black. Let's make it like theme gray by 15. It is gray now. What about border one? There is no border. I'm gonna say border one fix. Okay. So we can okay, border 1 pixel. So I'm adding bottom border as 1 pixel. So now you see the UI is consistent. So whenever they use card header, they would be having this. Now let's shift to our content part. So if they are using okay, the content, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove this. I will say card from instead of card header, I will add card content, and everything would be same. It's just like I'm gonna add little padding here, and instead of just children, I'm gonna use okay, they're gonna say card content. So if they use card dot content, they will have this. So card header, card content, with like a and content and bot like this. So now we have this here. Or what we can do, we can just not use this card content, but yeah, we have to use it. Okay, so card header, card content, whatever is left, card footer. So I'm gonna create another component called card footer. So it's gonna have this again, same thing, but it would be like this. There would be a uh, you know top border. So instead of B, I'm gonna say border top, border T, the same thing. So whenever we have a card footer, so just card footer, yes. So we have this card footer. Now what we can see, we have header, we have footer, and then whatever content we want to add, we can add that. Okay, so instead of content, I'm gonna remove it. The icon itself, I'm gonna keep it for now. So we have header, footer, and then content. So let's check it out. So now we have icon, the content. So I'm gonna remove this content from here and from here as well, because now we have dedicated property of this particular card. So we don't need this content anymore. So whatever content we want, we can add to our content, and then we have card footer. So let's try to remove it, this particular icon. So now we have card header, we have content, and then we have footer. Okay, so let's add little more padding to the content itself so that it looks different than whatever we have. So we're gonna say card content can have TY4. So it would be having little more spacing than the header and footer, and px3 px3 similar to what we have earlier. So now we have header, we have footer, we have this. So I'm gonna create another this card dot icon. So whenever user want an icon, we can just have this. So we have this icon here, we can remove it, and then we have dedicated icon. So it will be same, user gonna pass icon to it, and then it will show that particular icon. Okay, so there is no big difference. It's just about we splitted things. So in that way, user can also use this card dot header everywhere, even though they don't want the card, they can just have card header if they want. So there would be multiple use of these. So now we have card header, this and this. If we want to add an icon, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna add that in between the card content. So it would be card dot icon, and then I can use icon property of like bell ringing. So you see now we have header, we have footer, and the middle area that says content. So now we can use it multiple time. I'm gonna remove other type of cards. So we have one card and one card here. It's a single, whatever header we want, we can add header, then content, then footer. Or if we just want to add header and content, it's gonna do that as well, but we have to wrap it through card dot content, and then it would be all good, because now it's gonna have sufficient padding. So it's looking good now. So in this way, what we can do, we can make any type of card, but by just utilizing. See, there is no header and footer. What we can do, we can just utilize the content part of the card. We would have same card UI, like a white background and a rounded, rounded borders. And if we want something like this, again, we can use it. And we have couple of more cards over here. So let's try to see. We can use it, since now we also extended our, design. We allowing user to extend the design. They can just use a card and then content part, and then they can create like this. Let's try it. Let's try to create this type of card by just using whatever card component we have. So what we need, we just need a card component here, and we can remove any classes for now. Okay, so we have this class name. So what we need to do, we need to add a background like this. So I'm gonna say bg the same color, whatever we want. So it would be having this. And under that, we have this big text. So I'm going to create this as under the card.content. And then I'm going to paste it as it is. And we have this net earnings, a little text. So under content, maybe I can just uh, use H3 for this particular text and then P for this text. So let's see how it looks. It is like this, but I don't want that. So I'm gonna use div to wrap it, since for our app.tsx we are using flex layout. So it's gonna add the size to everything. But now we have this, and we need to add the background opacity is 5%. So it could be background by 5. So let's see how it's looking. Now we have this. It's looking good. And maybe we can add BG white to it so that we can clearly see what uh, flex, flex, justify content, justify center, and item center. Okay, just remove this. So now you see we have this particular uh, UI for this particular card. So we can change, like we can make it bold like this. I'm gonna add class like font bold. So it would be bold. And for this, I'm gonna make it little thick and small. So it would be like class name text sm. So now this is small or less than sm xs. We have text xs. Okay, so it's now small. I want it little more. Okay, it's looking okay. Now let's change the color of this particular text. It should be this. Okay, this is info. I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna say text with this color, not this color. So I'm just using it so that I can show you how we can create custom cards by using these all things. Now it's good. I just want to make it center. So I can say text center as well. So now it is same as whatever we had here. So we can create any kind of cards by just utilizing it. So this card doesn't have any header and footer. We're just adding the content. But this card had header and footer with some content as a icon, and this card have card header with content as a link, a custom link. So we'll create more cards in future videos. Definitely you will have more understanding how we can utilize. Initially it's not looking like it's pretty good to have, but eventually once we extend our all components and use it, and once we create these derived components, we will have all the understanding like how they're gonna help having these type of separation for the components. So thank you so much. Try it by yourself, and if you have any comment or question, you can just add into the comment area, and do subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.